Hey guys, Anthony Super Service. Got Steve's truck here, 06 bucket truck. It's got a ridiculous amount of wiring, and just behind the seat is 2 computer boxes full of crap. So we opted to go ahead and just yank it out the front. Plus it has this cage down here. This cage right here, that's a whole big cage that goes underneath the whole truck for, you know, stability for the bucket truck. Makes it a freaking nightmare to work around. So I didn't want to go taking 300 wires off and mess with them. So we're doing old world style, and we just yanked the engine out the front. He's going studying. He's studying it, but he had a little bit of metal. Actually, it first showed up as a no start, low pressure pump, low pressure regulator. I think probably got something stuck in it. Here's the pump cover, low pressure pump cover. Let me see if I can get it on the edge. There's some pretty, I mean, not enough grooves to cause it to not pump enough oil, but it definitely isn't perfect. So we had some metal going through it. The low pressure pump is right here. Let's, I just set it down here because we're not putting it back in. Let me turn the light on. It's got wear, but I honestly don't see any indications of a failure. We got a little line right there, but as far as like a needle bearing failure or something like that, no, that's not here. I think what we've got is we've got something starting to come apart, and it's not in chunks. It's actually fine. It's like glitter. It looks like glitter. So we're gonna have to really, there's a little spot right there. See that little spot? Let me see if I can focus on it. Come on, focus. That little bitty spot right there. Other than that, it really, I'm just gonna hold the camera and go over it again. There's another little dot right there. See it? Right there. I mean, by no means is this like a catastrophic failure. Another little spot right there. You know, but whatever got caught in the regulator was enough to, oh, look at that. I'm just now seeing stuff for myself here. Look at that. It looks like we got stuff embedded in it. See those 3 specks right there? Yeah, they're embedded in the pump. They're embedded in it. Well, no, I just scratched them out. So, yeah, I got those scratched out. So, I don't see anything that's like catastrophic failure, but we definitely have, I mean, we got wear. Just wear that looks like little pieces of metal were sent through it every now and then. There's a big chunk, look at that. See that piece right there? Those 2 little holes right there. Yep. Ooh, there's some pretty good stuff right there. Right there. Let me back up a little bit so you can see it. I know it's hard to focus on this little stuff, but we got quite a few spots. Actually, I'm kind of doing the inspection right now while I'm videoing it, so bear with me here. Got a little spot right here. So, came in as a no start. No start with no low pressure oil. So we went ahead and went straight to the regulator and the pump. With the regulator was stuck. Hang on. Okay, here's the regulator. This plunger was stuck in the bore. Little scratch down the side right there. There's another spot on here somewhere. See all the scratches up there on top too? See them all? Something's been in it. Look at all them scratches. I mean, there is going to be scratches. It's not, you know, and it just sucks that I'm not seeing something well. You see all those scratches up there? Kind of hard to see, but all right. So we've got more issues. This is a Ford reman. We don't know, nobody knows how long it's been in. We've got our dealer looking at the engine tag, and we got a serial number for it, so we're just, I mean, kind of trying to get an idea how long it's been in. I've done an initial cleaning, just real quick to knock the crap off of it. This is what's concerning the heck out of me. Okay, see these wear marks, the mill marks, how they're, you know, 1/4 inch away from each other. They're spaced away about 1/4 inch. My experience, that is the factory mill marks. This side has not been cut. This is from the manufacturing of the engine block. So this side has not been touched. I imagine piston protrusions probably 34, 35 thousandths. I haven't checked it yet. I will check it in a minute. But factory mill marks. That's factory. Now, Ford reman. Everybody remember this. This is a Ford reman. It did have hardened seats or hardened guides in the heads. The heads were, you know, pushing about, what were they, about 6 thousandths under spec. It's 3.74. They were running 3.72 to 3.75, somewhere around that range. Look at this side. What the hell are you freaking thinking? Look, they machined it. That is what block looks like after it has been machined. Right there. That's it. So, really? I mean, I've had massive freaking issues with this freaking crap. But if you look, hang on, I'll pause it and I'll go to the other side. See how close they are? Now watch. See how far apart they are? I mean, really? You know, I mean, even just, not that it really matters, you know, they probably took 2 or 3 thousandths, who knows, off of it. I mean, I'll find out. We're going to check the protrusion here right now. But if you cut one side, cut the other side. Make the geometry of the engine the same. You know, I also cut the top. I cut the top too. We go up, over, and down. And it, plus it makes this all nice. And of course, we got a pretty deep gouge right here. So if we do go in and we cut the top, it's not going to cut all of it. We like, say it takes 3 thousandths. The lowest side, say it's 3 thousandths. We take 3 thousandths off, as long as we can afford it, which I'll check piston protrusion before we disassemble it. Whatever the lowest side is, we'll match it with the other side and then cut the same amount off the top, which, that works. I mean, but I thought I would show that they cut one side. This is a Ford reman. I've got another video with critiquing a Ford short block and one Ford head. And you know, it's just, if you look at the surface here, actually, let me see if I can show it. Let me find a spot, because this one was in service, but the one that I had, that I did a video on, was a fresh head, straight from manufacturing, or from assembly, or whatever, from the factory. Okay. Nah, they can't really see it that good. It's not showing up because it's not a fresh engine, but it looks like a DA sander was ran to it. You can really see them in the other video I got a couple years ago from, it's got little freaking, like little U's all over the place cut into it. It's freaking horrible. So, I don't know, I mean, to make it right, you know, why are we flowing just a little bit of metal? I'm gonna flip it over and get the crankshaft exposed. You know, the camshaft, yeah, it's got some spots on it. Not well, it's got some wear. It's got pretty good wear in it. I don't know if you can't really see that on the freaking video very good, but freaking phone's ringing. That one's, I mean, I can't get my finger down there enough to physically feel if there's grooves in the sides of that, but that would definitely go towards real fine pieces of material in the oil. You know, that one looks like it's got this one right here, but that could just be oil on it. You know, it's kind of looking, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of freaking ridiculous why they would cut one side and not the other. I don't really understand that, but whatever, you know. I'm almost half tempted to cut the make sure that's still flat, and then at least cut that one, bring it down, bring it to spec. You know, I'll check all the protrusion on the piston first, and then we're gonna kind of, I mean, we're gonna have to cut it for the piston protrusion, and that's hoping the freaking bearings are all not worn on the rods, because, you know, a thousandth on a thousandth play, which I doubt there is, I don't know, could change. You know, it could change. Polish crankshaft, you know, you're gonna take a quarter of a thousandth off of it just to polish it, maybe less than that, you know, but maybe half, quarter thousand, something like that. I mean, we're just gonna, I don't know, I was just at a loss when I pulled the freaking head off and I saw that. Well, actually not even when I pulled the head off, when I started cleaning it, because this is by no means ready to assemble clean. It's just I just went over it real quick, and it's, you know, it sticks out like a sore thumb. I mean, look at that. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's absolutely different. So, freaking Ford reman, Jesus. So we're gonna go ahead and keep tearing it down and get it underneath. I like to go ahead and get the surfaces that I can, get the nasty crap knocked off. Like, we're gonna clean this all too, the top half of the engine block. I'll leave the bed plate dirty. We'll do that when it's off the truck. But I like to, every machine surface on this freaking engine, everything that's been machined will look phenomenal. It'll look good. We'll get it all done. All right, well, I don't know if that's, oh, well, then right here, injectors. These are all, they were all put in when the engine was put in. They're reman injectors. This was a 6007 full dress, and I mean, they're reman injectors, but they were in and they painted everything. I've cleaned it off, but all the freaking tabs broke. At least one tab broke on every single clip. See that clip right there? See that locking tab? Gone. Gone. What a freaking drag. I mean, really, I've taken a lot of injectors out and I have yet to have one break every single one. What the hell is going on? Jesus. But luckily I've got, I mean, if we have to, you know, I got a whole freaking bag of spool valves and clips, you know, I got all that crap. We can pull the pins out and put them in, you know, redo it. But there's a question, I mean, nobody knows how many hours are on this. It's a bucket truck, power takeoff. It's a bucket truck. So it spent most of his life, I mean, it's only got 140,000 miles. It was a KCP&L truck. Got 140,000 miles on it, but the engine hours were maxed out 2.5 years ago. Hang on. So 2.5 years ago, when Steve bought the truck, the engine hours were already maxed out. They were maxed out. 9,999 engine hours with 100 and I don't know how many miles he said he's put on the truck since then. Probably 120,000 miles on it. Maybe less than that, I don't know. With 9,900 engine hours with a reman. And what I'm seeing on these reman, on the injectors, they've been in for a long time. The injectors have been in for a long time. I mean, you can tell because of when these were installed in this full dress engine, when they were fresh, this was light gray. And the wire is white. This wire is white. I got some new injectors up there. I showed Steve last night, so he saw what I was talking about. The spool valve, the coils on the ends, the little plastic pieces, when they're fresh remans, these are white. So the fact that they've been in long enough to completely yellow everything says, hey, these have got some wear on them. We've got 2 injectors that we're already absolutely planning on replacing, 2 of them. You know, and we've got all the clips broke, which says, you know, it's I mean, hours. We got hours, not miles. We've got engine hours. This damn thing would sit and run all freaking day long, all day at 1200 RPMs. Every now and then there'd be a load thrown on it. The exhaust valves had quite a bit of just unburnt, you know, unburnt fuel residue. Look at it above the top compression ring. See all that? That's from, I mean, I've cleaned a little bit of it, but you can see on the piston, see all this crap? That's from running with time, and the engine physically is not combusting all the fuel that is being put in the cylinder because it doesn't have a load on it. You know, I mean, to a degree, having on the ridge up on top, having carbon on it, it's normal. I mean, yeah, it's absolutely normal. But this is a little above normal. I mean, yeah, I should have made a video before I kind of cleaned them up a little bit. But that's just strictly from running the truck, basically not getting it hot. You know, at 1200 RPM, I mean, when you're actually moving the power takeoff and it's putting a load on the engine, it's pretty good. It's, you know, but it's all the time that it's sitting at 1200, not moving. You know, it's just basically sitting there running probably for, you know, hours on end, just running. And then if you move the bucket a little bit, you can, you know, you get a little drag on it, and it actually gets the cylinder a little bit hotter and burns it. You know, which, I mean, the truck ran great. It ran good. I mean, he was going in for studs, wanted to go ahead and do studs, but he also wanted to figure out why the hell did that low pressure regulator lock up? Well, basically, why did it no start? You know, and then we found out low pressure regulator's locking up. Well, why did it lock up? Where is this freaking metal coming from? What the hell's going on? So, yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh hell, I gotta grab my phone. I gotta make a video, because that's just asinine. I mean, cut one side and don't cut the other. Really? I mean, Jesus Christ. I don't know, man. I don't know. But here in a couple of minutes, if I see anything absolutely crazy, I'll be making another video. I'm about to go ahead and flip it over. First, I'm gonna clean these surfaces, then I'm gonna flip the son of a gun over, get the oil pan, get the upper oil pan, get the bed plate off, get everything exposed, and there might be a pretty good chance we're going all in on this. We might go ahead and just yank the freaking pistons out. And I mean, we can go 10 over, but I've been doing lately, if we're gonna go in, go 20. But I will not go 30. No, if it takes 30 thousandths, blocks trash, throw it away. This doesn't have a failure, so we probably very easily could go 10. I don't know, I gotta chew on that for a minute, I think, because everything looks good. You know, the cylinders all look good, so if we're gonna pull them out, to at least do a thorough inspection. I mean, we gotta check all the rods, make sure the end play, make sure that the clearance on the sides of the rods, 12, 24 thousandths, we gotta make sure it's in between there, nothing's rubbing. You know, just make sure, basically look over the whole freaking thing. It's kind of a little mystery deal here. Where the hell is this metal coming from? Well, let's find it. You know, we're gonna have to find where it's coming from, because I'll be damned if I'm gonna let it do it again. We're gonna find out where it's at. I mean, hopefully we don't need a freaking $800 freaking camshaft, which would be another reason to be able to pull it out. I have done it before. Well, I'm putting it on video, but the phrase I would say is don't tell nobody. I have done it before where it was on one of my trucks that I was kind of experimenting with. I wound up tearing the engine down, but I took the bed plate off and I wanted to get the camshaft out. So I tried it. I do not take this off. I don't give a shit. I don't take it off. I don't take the adapter flange off. But I have put an engine hoist on this and lifted it. Lifted the crankshaft up just enough. You get the flange right here to about right here, and then the camshaft slide right out. I've done that, and I didn't have any ill effects when I took it back apart, and all the bearings stayed in place. You know, I like to shake the bottom of the bearing and make sure that they're actually seated down in the journal, but whatever. I don't know, but that wouldn't be something I would want to sell the customer, that's for sure. Hell no, you know. I mean, check the camshaft backlash, you know, crankshaft in play. You gotta check all this and find where the metal's coming from. But that's a long ass damn video. I'm gonna go ahead and call it good and send it and shoot. Maybe I'll throw another one if I see some crazy stuff. All right, have a good day, guys.